Shalom. First and foremost, let's give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. In the Heavenly Father, true names are Yahweh, and His only Son, Bahashem, in the name of Mashiach Yahushua. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashwan Kadash Little Tongue, and I say Barakatham to the elders, Wa'akim Akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a quick sit-down lesson of the book of Luke 21, verse 25. And that's going to be the title of the sit-down lesson. And this is the book of Luke 21, verse 25. And it reads, "And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars. Upon the earth, the scores of nations will perplex and the seas rage roaring." Right, so that's what we're seeing, because this news article just recently broke out. You had the president over there in South Korea. I believe he declared martial law. And you had these activists, because at first, when I had woke up, I seen it on my YouTube feed. It was saying that the president of South Korea declared martial law, and you had these South Korean troops try to enter some type of parliament, something like that. Then you had some potentially activists was trying to enter a area. I believe it's probably from potentially like a political thing, as we've been seeing throughout the years, we seeing North Korea versus South Korea's tensions been escalating ever since then, Now you have the South Korean president declare martial law. And on top of that, you've been having, the nuclear escalation has been heating up between North Korea, South Korea, Japan, and the United States over there in the Korean Peninsula. So we've been seeing tensions heating up over that as well, too. And you've been seeing that for political reasons and other activities of that sort, but definitely from a political standpoint and for the nations and from the nation's standpoint as well, too. Because it says in the book of Matthew 24, verse 7, nation shall rise against nation. So different ethnicity groups rising up against one another. If it's from an economical perspective, from a political perspective, or any other activist perspective, and that's what we're seeing, different nations clashing against one another. If it's a sedition of the uprising or uproar, or a economical, situation, or a political situation, or other categories situation. So that's why we're seeing the increasing of the distress of nations with perplexity and the seas rush roaring. Just like it says in the book of 2nd Esdras 9, verse 3, there shall be seen earthquakes and the uproars and people in the world. And that's what we're seeing, with the protests, the seditions, the uprisings, uproars of people in the world. They should not regard their kings nor their princes. And of course, they actually stand in power. Just like we got that protest over there in Georgia, which is a country of Georgia, which is a European country. You got the protesters have been protesting for 5 days straight over, you got the EU, the European Union protests going against the opposing groups of the pro-Russian potentially. So these are signs of, the uprisings and the uproars of people in the world and the increasing distress of nations with perplexing the seas rush born. So yeah, just like that recent news article that just came out about the president of South Korea declared martial law. Because you've been having activists. I believe they was first you had the South Korean troops trying to enter some type of parliament, and then you had the protest activists potentially might be pro North Koreans having protests against the South Koreans as the South Korean president declared martial law. So these are increasing signs the stress of nations with perplexity and seas rage roaring. The seditions, the uprisings, and the uproars of people in the world. This is the book of Luke 21, verse 25. "And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars upon the earth, the stress of nations." Right, so the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua, says there shall be signs in the sun, or increasing signs in the sun and the moon and the stars as well, too. And upon the earth, the stress of nations, right, increasing uncertainty of the uprisings, seditions, and other, categories of that sense that we're seeing of the uproars and people in the world, which we're seeing. And there shall be signs in the sun, in the moon, and the stars upon the earth. The distress of nations will perplex, and the seas rush roaring. So with that, this was just a quick sit-down lesson of the book of Luke 21, verse 25. And that was the title of the sit-down lesson. So hopefully this sit-down lesson was edifying. And with that, I would like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakadash, and the Heavenly Father. The true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Bahashem, and name Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashwan Kadash, the old tongue. And I say Baraka Thumb to the elders, Wa'akim, Akwaf. Until next time, I will say Shalom.